Let's go.
Welcome to the Pivot. It is February 18th, 2021, and we are back here I am at Crybaby Hill Studio, freezing my butt off. And as you can see, the juice is sitting on top of the earth at this moment, kind of hovering above the earth. That's welcome, Juice.
I'm contemplating life right now, just looking down at my fellow world and wondering how I'm going to break down the slate tonight with you.
Is that dark spot Houston?
No, that is Jackson, Mississippi.
Where there's no electricity on the grid? That's not Texas.
Oh, that's Dallas.
Okay.
That's actually Frisco, I believe. Frisco, Texas, to be specific.
Well, we are the Pivot. Matt Alliance. That is Julio the Juice Quadra, and we are here, brought to you by Vast Bank, executively produced by Toby Okini, and we're here to break down a 3-game DK lineup. Did you get a solo one in yesterday, Juice?
I didn't. I had a lot of family stuff going on in the afternoon, and
unfortunately, Wednesday afternoons are bad for me.
Yeah, and here's the deal. Yesterday was so crazy; it wouldn't have mattered anyway because there was so much news. Like yesterday, Facundo Campazzo, a guy we played a couple days ago, was like the chalk.
He played well a couple days ago.
He did really well for us. And then, but he was chalk again yesterday. And then, like sort of right before lock, Monte Morris and Gary Harris got ruled in. Ben Simmons got ruled out close to lock. And then everybody thought Tyrese Maxey was going to be the play. And then he wasn't even in the starting lineup. He got like 12 minutes total. I mean, there was a lot of like landmines that happened yesterday. I did fine. I mean, I more or less broke even. It was a very sort of forgettable slate, but it's okay. I mean, I like those slates because I think we learned a lot about the process.
It's a big slate yesterday.
It was a big slate and a lot of ways to go, a lot of different routes. Tonight is like the first small slate it seems like we've had in a long time. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. I mean, I feel like I've sort of needed a little bit of a break, from the daily grind. And while this isn't necessarily a break, 3 games is way more manageable than 10 or 12, right?
Well, we'll go pretty in depth into these 3 games. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about them each pretty thoroughly, and then we'll make the lineup, and then we'll talk some over-unders.
Here's the deal, Lions, is like two of the teams involved in these 3 games are 2 of our favorite teams to target so far this year in the NBA.
I was going to say, in looking at these 3 matchups, I like these 3 matchups almost better than most of last night's matchups.
Yeah, there's some fantasy goodness going on tonight. So I think it's going to be a real fun slate to break down.
So we've got an early game, and then we've got 2 late games. We've got a 6:30 p.m. Central tip-off. That's Toronto at Milwaukee. Looking at the injuries, Milwaukee is listing Holiday as questionable. I know he'd been out a little bit. Lowry is also questionable. The Wannabe is questionable, and that's about it. McCaws remains out. On the Milwaukee side, again, that's their some scrubs are out, but really it's just Holiday is the big news and Lowry is the big news. So,
well, I mean, those are 2 big players. I'd be surprised if Holiday plays. Lowry, though, he's going to actually be very interesting because last slate he was on, he got injured and then came out and then went back in and then he went out. So I don't know. It kind of looks like Kyle Lowry's a tough guy. So, I mean, if there's any way he's going to play, he's going to try and get on the court. But I don't know. I have the sneaking suspicion that they're going to sit him tonight, but we'll see.
So who benefits from Lowry sitting the most? Van Fleet, or would it be?
Obviously gets a lot of run. I think Siakam. It's just he's a dude that he gets 30 plus minutes a game. So you got to figure like those minutes and that usage kind of has to be dispersed all throughout the lineup. But I think Van Fleet and Siakam are some of the direct beneficiaries of him.
I noticed that all the Toronto players are pretty reasonably priced tonight. If Lowry were to play, he's only $7,000.
That's a great price tag.
Van Fleet is under 8 at 7.9, a guy that's capable of putting up 70.
Right.
Uh, Siakam, another guy who could put up a huge number, 7,600. Baines is 3,400. Boucher is 6,300. Let me look. That is about what I'm seeing. Do you on the Milwaukee side? Any injuries of you think Holiday is going to play?
I don't think he's going to play.
Okay.
I think they're really being careful with him. I mean, I do believe Milwaukee's on a 4-game losing streak. Last I checked.
They
Um,
are.
so this is, I mean, I don't know. This is kind of turning into sort of a must-win situation for Milwaukee. I mean, the schedule's condensed as it is, and I don't know what they're going to do with any games that have been missed thus far. I mean, they may play them, they may not. We don't. There's been no definitive answer there from the NBA. So you would think that that they'd be really gunning to win this game, but as of right now, I'm seeing that he's probably not going to play. So I mean, Giannis has been on an absolute tear the last week or so. I mean, let's look at his last like 4 or 5 games. So the last 4 games, 72 and a half, 74 and a half,
Oh wow.
65 and a quarter, 70.75. So
Wow.
he's been on a heater, and I mean it's directly correlated. We've talked about it a lot with Giannis. Is it's just if he's getting in the mid to upper 30s in minutes, that's sort of the output that you can expect from this guy. And with Holiday being out, I mean they're asking him to do a lot. So Giannis has probably got to be one of the highest. He's got to be one of the most popular spend ups tonight. I would
I was going to
imagine.
say he's going to be really highly owned.
I mean, it's going to be really like on a 3-game slate. You've got to like really sort of decide where you're going to be different because there's only so many opportunities for you to really differentiate lineup wise. I mean, I'm looking at Giannis. You've got basically Giannis, Harden, and James, who's also in a good game LeBron matchup. Like, which one of those three are you going to play? I mean, I think if I were to rank them, I'd think Giannis would be number 1, LeBron number 2, and Harden would be number 3 for me.
Can you play
But
2 out of 3? You think tonight?
uh, I think it's going to be sort of tough. There's some value right now, but I think what I like about this slate so far is that I think we've got a lot of the injury news up front for the most part. I mean, obviously Lowry's sort of
I would say Butler. We don't know what Butler's come playing a back to back, but Butler at 8,800 is another spend up
yeah.
potential for
Oh,
tonight.
I mean, yeah. See, I guess where I was going with that is that I sort of feel like you have to decide whether you want to pay up for Giannis and LeBron and these upper tier guys, or do you want to sort of go a balance route because I think Jimmy Butler's in a great spot. I mean, I think De'Aaron Fox is certainly in play. You talked about Van Fleet and Siakam. I mean, you could go
I
a very
think
balanced build and have a real different lineup, I believe.
8,200 Bam. I mean, I wouldn't mind playing both Butler and Bam and running it back with Fox and then, going that way.
I
So
agree. I agree. But back to this game, I mean, it's a 235 and a half point total. It's the highest point
I was
total
going
on
to
the
say it's
slate.
definitely going to be the highest because Miami slows everything down so much that the Sacramento total is not going to be as high.
Yeah, it's definitely the highest total. It's the Bucks are favored by 6.5 at home. It's on TNT. The Nets and the Lakers are the nightcap on the nationally televised game. But I mean, I don't know. Like I think you could also make an argument to stack this game up a little bit. So there's a lot of there's 3 games, but there's a lot of different routes we can go. I guess on the Chris Middleton also he's 7.8K. He's fairly priced. He's been absolute dog shit the last couple games. I don't know what's going on with him, but I mean, like last game he had 21 points. The game before that, 33. The game before that, 26. I mean, it's 7-8 even. He's not paying that off. So I don't know. I mean, like Chris Middleton's a great NBA player. Don't get me wrong. I just wonder if maybe the fact that, Drew's out is sort of hurting him more than helping him for whatever reason. Um, but I would
It's
say
one,
Giannis is my favorite play. Go ahead. You're about to say something.
I was just going to say how much I appreciate that the Northern Lights are really taking off behind you, and I think it's a really special addition to the pod that we get to have a Northern Lights outbreak in the middle of our pod. It's not every day you get to see the Northern Lights.
These are the things that the pivot can bring to the nation every now and again.
I'm one of those fortunate people that spent a lot of times up in the Northern country, and I've seen a lot of Northern Lights, but seeing you be able to do a pod in front of the Northern Lights it's just we're blessed and thankful for this opportunity. So,
hey, you know what? I'm happy we're here. For you.
Whoa! Wow!
Hey,
Suddenly, we're the Grateful Dead cover. Yeah, California. I like
just
it.
playing around with some stuff, but
I mean, for the second game, I think it's appropriate. We've got Brooklyn at LA, and this is a 9:00 tip-off. It's one of two. You said this is the nightcap on TNT. This is going to be a highly talked about game, highly watched. If people watch the NBA, they're going to watch this game. Clearly, a possible NBA preview. We've got Durant out. We've got, I think, Irving out. Right?
I think Irving's probable.
I heard tonight that he was unlikely to play. Or this morning. I feel like I heard that. LeBron James is questionable, and I don't think he'd miss this for the world. I think he'd have to. I mean, he'll drag a fake leg out there if he needs to. And so I really like LeBron tonight. I mean, I think he's going to be highly owned. But it really is I think he's just a little bit better matchup than the Freak is, and I think he just had this game. There's just a lot going on here.
Did you by chance watch the Brooklyn Phoenix game the other night?
I did watch a little bit of that game.
So did you watch the whole game?
No, not the whole game.
So Phoenix was beating Brooklyn, I want to say by 24 points in the second half.
I did see the comeback. It was crazy.
And oof.
Did you see what Golden State did last night? They did pretty much the same thing.
I didn't watch the Golden State game.
They just started hitting every 3-pointer, but took it to overtime and won.
Yeah, I mean, it's just nuts. I mean, like the firepower that the Nets have. I mean, even with just Harden on the floor, it's pretty crazy. But this is something. Go ahead.
They are good. They have other players. That what makes them so dangerous, and that's what makes this game so interesting. I mean, it's the narrative here with whether or not LeBron can beat them with one of the stars. But imagine what the talk's going to be if Brooklyn wins this game and Durant's not even playing. Of course, Davis is out on the other side.
Right.
But I don't know. I feel like LeBron is going to, this is an optimal bust out spot. I think he's going to be really highly owned, though. I think it's a tough call between who to play, how to build tonight. It's an interesting night. A lot of strategy tonight, even though it's a 3-game slate there's some good choices here. So,
oh man, absolutely. And and I don't know. Let's just get into this game real quick, and then we'll talk about it. But this game has a 231 point total,
just a little bit under the other one.
It's right about the same. The Lakers are favored by 3 at home. Let's start with the Lakers. You mentioned LeBron. He's 10-2. He's LeBron, man. I mean, like these are the games he gets up for. I can't, unless this game is a blowout, and I can't see this. I can't see him busting even at this salary. I just think he's going to be called on to do so much. This smells triple-double for LeBron every day, all day. He's projected to be 38.6% owned tonight. I mean, I think that's fair. I don't think that's crazy, like high or low. I think I sort of agree with that ownership percentage. I mean, you could make an argument for being over or under. I mean, I think it's just purely going to depend on your build. Kyle Kuzma at 6.7K. No, thanks. I don't like his game. Montrezl Harrell at 5.9. He's projected to be 3% owned tonight.
That's weird.
That is really low and really weird. I mean, this seems like one of those games where he could absolutely go off, right? I mean,
I would think he's probably my second favorite play out of this whole game.
I sort of agree. I mean, Dennis Schroeder is 5.8K. I think he had a pretty solid start to last game. I don't know how he finished up, but I know he was doing well. Let's look at his last game. I think he absolutely exploded in the first quarter, and then he kind of simmered down. Came up with 39.25 DraftKings points. Again, that was at Minnesota. Anybody can score in Minnesota, but anybody can score in Brooklyn. So I definitely don't mind like Schroeder there at that price tag.
I think Schroeder, Harrell, LeBron, they're all three going to be pretty solid plays. You could probably make an argument for playing all three of them too.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to dumpster dive, I mean, KCP at 3.3K, up tempo matchup. Maybe he catches a little bit of fire from 3-point land, gets you 20 points. You'll live with that. Maybe it unlocks another player for you. So I don't know. I mean, Marcus Gasol at 4K. I'm not crazy about it. I just don't. He doesn't play enough minutes anymore, and I don't know. I don't really like the upside, but that's probably about it on the Lakers side. Jumping over to Brooklyn.
There's a couple plays that just stand out at me, not to take your fire here, but
Oh.
Both Jordan and Green are tempting at their prices. And I think Harris at 6K, it's a little more pricey for Harris than we're used to paying, but I could see with the big total, and I can see him getting up and down on national TV tonight. Harris usually takes advantage of those kind of situations, and we'll get a lot of shots off. So who do you like?
Well, right now I like a cocktail on the beach.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just a little Nicaragua. I mean, is this actual footage from the Nicaragua vacation?
Maybe it's Ponaloya. You never know.
This is a live cam from the the Quadri State, and
that's right.
The waits Dr. Quadri. They're just awaiting his arrival back to the country. By the way, hasn't your dad been moving back to Nicaragua for about 27 years now?
He has been. I think it's going to happen though sooner than later.
I'm glad he stayed. I mean, many people's lives have been bettered by him staying.
We are too, and boys are as well. Anyway. So like getting back to this game, Harden at 10.6K. He's one of those spend ups. I mean, he's 25.8% percent owned. That's the projection. I sort of agree with that one as well. Kyrie at 8.9K is a little bit higher owned at 28%.
I feel like he's not going to play. I don't know why. I feel I'm just kind of guessing that. I think for some reason
they're saying he's probable. I think he just had some lower back spasms last game. I don't know. I mean, obviously we're going to monitor this, but everything I've seen shows he's probable for tonight. So I'm sort of pretending that he's going to be in tonight. But at 8.9K, that's a very fair price tag. I don't love attacking the Lakers on defense, but I also will say this. I don't think the Lakers are nearly as good a defensive team without Anthony Davis in the lineup. So I think they're much more exploitable on the, going up against them
I think DeAndre Jordan could pay off his price if they keep him in for long enough to pay off his price. Let's move on to the third game.
Well, hold on. There's a couple spots here. So you mentioned DeAndre Jordan. He's 28.4% owned. So he's projected to be the highest owned net tonight. So you're right in that assessment, Lions.
I always chalk. I'm Mr. Chalk here.
The public is in agreement with you that he's a good play. Timothy Luwawu Cabarro is questionable. Now you might say, who the F cares? But what I will say is that if he doesn't play, that potentially opens up more minutes for our boys, Bruce Brown, and even Landry Shamet, who played quite a bit in the last game. So
I'm a Bruce Brown fan, by the way.
Yeah. So that's actually like a little bit of an injury that we sort of need to monitor because that can open up a little bit of value for us.
I like it.
So we can go on to the next game.
I like this next game could be sneaky. Miami at Sacramento. Miami coming off a back-to-back. They played overtime last night, in fact.
Yeah.
A little back-to-back OT. Injury-wise, on the Miami side, Dragic is definitely out. Bradley remains definitely out. And that's about it. Leonard remains out. On the Sacramento side, I'm seeing clear skies. Other than Barnes is out. That's and Holmes is out.
Yeah.
So that definitely opens up some stuff. I think Bagley the third is kind of coming on.
He is.
Uh, uh, Tell me about this game. What's the total on this one in the spread? Who's favored?
So this is the lowest total of the night at 227. It's not egregiously lower than the other two.
It's just the Miami Heat factor, right?
It's the Miami Heat factor, but it's a pick 'em. So it's a coin flip, right? And we kind of like these games because
If Miami will play Sacramento's game and just go out there and ball up and down, we could get some big totals out of Butler and Bam, and even like Kendrick Nunn or somebody like that could go off.
If I were a betting man, I would bet the over on this game.
I think I like the over on this game too.
Yeah. I don't know. I think this is going to be an up and down game, and I don't know. I mean, I just like a lot of players from this. Here's the other thing. I think they're all fairly priced. Let's start with the Miami side. Jimmy Butler's at 8.8K. That's normally more than I like to pay for Jimmy Butler.
But he's being triple-double Jimmy Butler lately.
He's doing everything. Exactly. I mean, and this is as good of a matchup as he's gonna get. Like to do his thing.
I don't love the coming off the back-to-back on a road trip, but where were they last night? I mean, that's a big flight. They're at Golden State. So not that far. But anyway, that's the only thing that makes it, other than the fact it's a back-to-back, I would just say press all the Jimmy Butler tonight if it wasn't.
Jimmy Butler's a nice option. Bam Adebayo, dude. I mean,
I like Bam a little bit tonight.
Who's gonna stop Bam tonight?
That's a good question, especially with Holmes. Their biggest guy is out. So
yeah, I mean, Bam Adebayo's in a prime matchup tonight, so I like him. Tyler Hero. I mean, this is the type of Tyler Hero matchup that we like. Up and down, puts up a lot of shots.
That's what I'm saying. If they'll play a Sacramento style game and Tyler Hero and Nunn, and Bam just start running up and down the court, I could see this being a highly scored. I mean, unleash a little bit of Miami here. This could be a big Hero night.
I would say point per dollar on Miami side, Tyler Hero might be my favorite player.
I like it. I do.
Kendrick Nunn he's not the sexiest guy in the world, but 5.3K. He's getting in the 30 minutes. A massive pace-up matchup for him. I like it, dude. I like all these Miami guys. Kelly Olynyk is cheap. He's one of those guys I shouldn't say I don't like. I always am uncomfortable playing Kelly Olynyk because he has such a volatile game to me. Like, he can go out and get you 30 or 40 or get you like 15 to 20. And it's anybody's guess, like, which Kelly Olynyk is going to show up. So, I mean, I think we could probably jump over to the Sacramento side at this point. So we have De'Aaron Fox at 8.5K. We played him the other night and he really disappointed. He was the only guy in that lineup that didn't blow up for us. And he was my favorite play of the night. And if he had just had a really pretty solid game, I think we would have had a really, really, really nice night. I mean, we still had a nice night, but he was the difference between us like blowing up and just doing pretty well.
Right.
But I like him. I mean, I like him in this matchup. I mean, I just think it's going to be kind of up and down. I'm not scared of Kendrick Nunn defense. So, I don't mind him. Buddy Hield has been shooting horribly lately. I just haven't been playing him this year. I don't know. Let's take a look at him. Because he's really, honestly, I can't remember the last time I rostered Buddy Hield. So he's 6.6K. Last game out was against Brooklyn. Put up 33.75. The night before that, 16.5. Before that, 34. Before that, 40.5. I'm not seeing any sort of ceiling with this guy right now. So, and against Miami.
Line stars liking Corey Joseph. What do you think about that?
Yeah, we'll get to Corey Joseph. Corey Joseph, he's at 3.9K. You mentioned a couple people were out for Sacramento.
Barnes.
Sorry?
Barnes is the main one.
Barnes is out, but there's somebody else you mentioned as well.
Holmes.
Holmes, yeah. So Corey Joseph, I should say, is getting more run. he's okay. He's one of those dudes that I don't know. I just never really liked to play him. Uh, if he was like down in the 3K, like low 3K range, I'd say let's fire him up. 3.9, I don't love it. I'll tell you who my favorite two plays on this side are tonight are Marvin Bagley the third.
I think he's been getting a lot more run.
Yeah, he's 4,800 tonight. Okay. And then the most popular play of the night tonight is Hassan Whiteside at 4.6K.
Wow.
Now, there's a little narrative with Hassan Whiteside. He absolutely despises Eric Spoelstra and Miami. They shipped him off. He feels like he got a raw deal. He didn't want to leave Miami. Why would anyone want to leave Miami for the most part? But he does not like Spoelstra. He has not made any secret about it. 4.6K with Rashawn Holmes being out. He's definitely in play. So he's one of the better plays. I think a really nice pivot off of Whiteside would be Marvin Bagley. Like he's a little bit more expensive, but right around the same price tag, and he's 33% owned versus 51% owned. Maybe he has one of those Marvin Bagley games, right? I mean, we've seen him flash in the past. Another play I like is Tyrese Halliburton at 6K. I think he's going to get more run with Harrison Barnes being out. And then probably the last play, I don't love it, but people have been talking about him. Nemanja Bjelica at 3.8K. I think I'm going to pass. If I'm playing 150 lineups, sure, I'll sprinkle him in here and there. But if I'm playing one or two or three lineups, he's probably not going to make the cut for me.
He got a lot more time last year. We seemed to play him a lot last year. We haven't played him at all this year. What about over here on the Miami side? Dragic being out, that probably opens up some Kendrick Nunn and some Tyler Hero.
Yeah, we talked about these guys. I mean,
yeah. I love Bam tonight.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of went through them. So
let's go ahead and build one then.
Yeah, let's go ahead and build one.
The only two people I went ahead and put in after listening to you talk were LeBron James and Bagley. So I think LeBron James might be me more than you, but what do you think?
Let's see. Here's a better question. Where do you want to play LeBron James?
I'm just going to move him to the small forward spot is kind of what I was thinking.
Okay. I don't disagree with that. So let's plug LeBron in there. Let's plug in Bagley at power forward.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. God, he's so cheap, man. So we're left with 58.33. So we're gonna have to save maybe a couple spots. I would say at center, to be a little bit different, let's go with Whiteside.
We're going to play both of them, huh?
Yeah, I think I don't think too many people are going to go that route. And on a 3-game slate, we gotta be a little bit different somewhere.
I wouldn't mind playing Bam in this lineup. I feel like
maybe that's a guy we pay up for too.
Okay, so what about point guard? What are you thinking?
I really like Van Fleet tonight. I just don't know if let's plug him in, see if we can afford him.
Okay. Shooting guard, we're going to have to pay down. Is this Bryce Brown night or
Bruce Brown?
Yeah, or Corey Joseph. Go with the line star guy.
Let's see. You know what?
Or Harris. I wouldn't mind Harris.
Let's put in Schroeder.
I don't mind Schroeder either. Okay. Now we're down to the guard spot.
We could let's go to forward because I think there's a little bit of value there. I don't mind Bruce Brown at 4,100.
I don't mind Bruce Brown either. I think If Irving doesn't play, that's going to be a steal, right?
Well, it's not even so much Irving; it's more Luau Cabarro. I mean, if they both are out, I love it. But
Yeah,
if TLC sits, then I think he's solid. He could crack the starting lineup.
I like it. I
Um,
also don't mind playing Joe Harris at this guard spot.
yeah, he's 6K. OG
Or
and
jo-
Joey,
I'd go Joseph too, Corey Joseph, to see what
what that unlocks.
that gets us Bam or DeAndre if we want it.
Only thing I'm worried about with that is I feel like we're playing a lot of Sacramento against Miami. We're not
And
really
that's not really the matchup we're trying to to
right,
exploit.
right. I mean, we could put in Tyler Hero here.
I don't mind Hero at all.
Let's see. Okay, and that leaves us 6,700. Ugh.
Yeah, Kuzma and Heel, the two players you talk down on the most,
Uh,
pop right up, right?
Boucher, I don't mind though. I don't mind Boucher. I never dislike playing Boucher.
I like Powell too. I think both those guys are playing pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see what Norman got. Oh, yeah, 34. His minutes have been in the 30s. Wow.
I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna take Hero and Brown out. I'm gonna put Bam in. Do you love Bam as much as I do or not?
I do like Bam. What if we put it like, let's see, 30?
That leaves us, if we put Bam in, it gives us 4,200 each on. Um, we could do Brown and what about Horton Tucker? Is it a Horton Tucker night?
No, not anymore.
What about Pat Connington was in the optimal lineup the other night.
He did really well. I feel like we're sort of chasing there a little bit, but
We can afford to chase tonight.
I mean, his minutes have been 21, 29, 23, and 31. So if you give me 24 to 25 minutes of Pat Connaughton at 3.9K, I don't mind it.
That opens up Bam or Fox, not quite Butler.
So here's what I did. Like let me just read you what so I got Van Fleet,
Okay.
Schroeder,
Okay.
James,
Okay.
Bagley,
Okay.
Whiteside,
Okay.
Landry Shamet,
Okay. Hold on one sec. Okay.
Connaughton.
Oh, you do like Connington. Okay.
And then that gives us a choice of Irving, Butler, or Fox.
I'm going to go Butler until we hear otherwise, right?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even mind if Bam if we.
And here's the thing too. If we find out that I'm trying to think here how we could do this. What's Connaughton? Is he forward only?
I think so. I just
Small
flipped.
forward. Okay. What's Shamet? Shooting guard. Okay. I was gonna say if there's a way that we find out that Bruce Brown's in the starting lineup, we have money to put him in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Brown starts. We should play him. His minute per game should be good tonight. Okay, let's do the over under. You ready to do some over unders?
Yeah.
Okay, we got a couple nationally televised games. So off the bat, we've got Raptors Bucks nationally televised. Giannis's numbers are 31.5, 12.5, 7.5, 1.5 threes.
What's the points?
31.5.
What's the rebounds and assists?
12.5, 7.5.
Golly, that's a big line. I'm just going to go over on the points for Giannis.
I agree. I like that. Siakam is the next, or no, Middleton's the next one. 21.5, 6.5, 6.5, 2.5 for Middleton.
For Middleton?
Yep.
I'm gonna fade, man. He just hasn't been playing well.
There are no Raptors. That's interesting. The Nets Laker player props James Harden is 26.5, 7.5, 10.5, 3.5 3-pointers.
Let's do the triple double line.
So we like that.
Yeah, points, rebounds, assists.
So they also have a line for Irving, which means they probably think he is playing.
Yeah, I think he's playing.
Irving is 26.5, 4.5, 5.5, 2.5 threes.
I like the points.
Okay. It's where they get their scoring from, right?
Yep.
LeBron is 29.5, 9.5, 8.5, 2.5.
Wait a minute. What was the one we just did the triple double over? I thought that was LeBron numbers.
No, that was Harden.
Oh, read me Harden's numbers again. I'm sorry.
Man, you're struggling.
Yeah.
26.5, 7.5, 10.5.
The assist is 10.5.
Yep.
I like it. I just like the assist.
Just the assist?
Yeah, just the assist.
Okay. Taking the other two off. And you want triple double on LeBron, I'm guessing, right?
Yes.
So we think it's a 30-point triple double?
Yep. That's why he's in the lineup, man.
Do we think there's one that we like the best? Is there something you feel he definitely will do tonight?
What's the lowest one he's got? Wasn't there like a 7.5 in there or something? Or
No, 8.5 assists.
I like that. I think he's going to get people involved too.
Okay. Schroeder is 17.5 with 3.5 rebounds and 3.5 assists.
Let's let me look at the points real quick on Schroeder last game. See where he got all his stuff from. You can keep asking other ones. I'll circle back to.
Last game is Heat at the Kings. We've got Butler at 21.5, Adebayo at 19.5, Fox at 25.5, and Hield at 17.5.
I like Butler on the points. I like Bam on the points.
I like Bam in the points the most, I think, don't you?
What is it, 19.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. He can be weird about scoring though sometimes.
It seems fairly safe though, but I like him and Jimmy. And yeah, I like Schroeder in the over on the points.
Okay. Sounds good. We got 9 bets in. Good luck us. What do we got? What's the slate look like tomorrow? We'll be doing looks like we're going to be doing a late live stream right before around tip-off time, 4:30, 5 o'clock live stream.
Let's look tomorrow. It should be a monster. 3, 5, 8, 11, 10 games. 10 games.
We'll be breaking down 10 games tomorrow. We'll be doing our usual breakdown of the games, building a lineup, and doing some over-unders for you guys. So good luck tonight. Hopefully we win some money tonight so we can bet big tomorrow, right?
That's always the plan, man.
Well, enjoy your trip above Earth. I hope it looks beautiful up there.
It's very peaceful.
Looks like it. Have you seen a black hole or anything like that?
No meteors I can see. I think we're good. It is. I do notice there's a little global warming going on the other side of the planet, so we might want to check that out.
Take care of that while you're up there.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate you taking some time out from your space journeys and your travels around the world. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow live in studio. Look forward to it.
All right, man. Have a good one. We'll talk soon.